All right, so Zoe Misfortune. Many people have asked me what is the total number of champions we can pair Zoe with, and the answer is on this stream we're eventually going to pair her with all of them. So this was a build around submission for a viewer, asked me to pair Zoe with Misfortune. I think there's a chance these champions work pretty reasonably together. So Misfortune is a very aggressively slanted champion. It says when your allies attack, deal 1 damage to all battling enemies and the enemy nexus. She levels when she's seen you attack 4 times, and then her leveled mode kind of puts her base ability into overdrive, dealing 1 damage 3 times and giving her overwhelm. So we've got kind of the typical elusive Zoe package in this deck for aggressively slanted Zoe decks. So we've got Zoe, Shadestalker, Sparklefly, and Mentor of the Stones. I've also elected to play Lunari Dustbringer as a second 1-drop threat because it pairs well with Shadestalker. It also means they get to play Crescent Guardian as another threat. At the very top end of our curve, we've got some Island Navigators and some Zap Sprayfins out of the Bilgewater colors. And then we've got Bastion, Pocket Aces, and Pale Cascade as combat tricks to help us keep our things live through damage-based removal, as well as push additional damage in key spots. So let's go ahead and dive on into some games with this and see how this configuration feels today. I would pair Zoe with Zoe if I could. Big mood. Does watching replays on Twitch help you at all or not? I would prefer, if you're going to watch my stream archives, that you watch them on YouTube. Getting more views on the YouTube videos means that YouTube is more likely to promote and recommend my videos to other people that haven't seen them before. Going along with the Zoe everything theme, let's bump Zoe Draven out of the way sooner. Fantastic, Y-Sticks. I'll get that bumped up after we're done today. So Freljord, Shadow Isles, Mono Kalista. This is likely a They Who Endure aggro deck. I'm going to mulligan the Bastion because their deck tends to not play removal, so this protection's not super useful. And our curve's very good here, right? We go 1, 2, 3. That's just curvementry. Does that mean we should watch either channel or the newer channel? Whatever you want to watch. No Hook, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Let's play similar to Zoe Fizz. It's gonna have some parallels to that, D-Rock, yeah. It's the same regions and a similar elusive core. Well, I was gonna do this, but now we'll do that.
Concentration. We shall not rest until all betrayers. Flee, betrayer.
This is a very difficult card to race. My opponent also hasn't had many things die yet this game, which is good for us. Zoe is nice. I get to play Zap this turn into Zoe Crescent Guardian next turn.
Like a fish in water.
I mean, we're gonna have 6 mana, so I get to go Zoe, Crescent Guardian, and then have Pale Cascade up here still as well. My opponent arranging their attack order here poorly. This is a free block for me, so they should definitely put this first. Because remember, my Nexus can't go above 20 life, so if they would have put that first, I'd be 3 life lower right now. Because they did damage to me, and then I got to heal 3 of it back with the way they sequenced.
I bear a message from... Oh, hey, what's that?
Yeah, Zap fishing up Pale Cascade is very good. For sure. Yeah, I think that's true, Lempton. I think we double gem the Ay. It's my butterfly. I actually probably don't attack with this. I think I leave it to trade here. The problem with attacking with this is it means they get to block with this, and then this will resummon this. So yeah, I think we just stick to the elusive plan here. Nice healthy 20 thanks to the Sparkle Fly. Kind of getting punished for not attacking with that.
There you are. Dangerous water.
Da 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 da.
Return to us. You've made your path.
Hey, what's that?
Opponent ordering these correctly this time, hooking this first so that way I can only gain 2 up to 20 before taking 9. So this archetype has started playing copies of Unspeakable Horror. So I think I'm actually going to go ahead and gem this. They could have Black Spear off the Kalista Champion spell, but I think that's fine. Can play around horror here, so I'm going to. Can't play around everything. This is actually a great draw, because now if they drop a They Who Endure this turn, I get to just go ahead and stun it. They might be dead even through that anyways. But this means it doesn't get to block if they drop it. They did pick very quickly, you're not wrong. So this is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then this Overwhelm is lethal. I don't need to bash him proactively, probably, though. Yeah, if they were a Frostbite deck, there would be merit to Bastioning proactively, but especially with the Wraithcaller, the odds of them having something like that are like next to 0. I says they're dead and click OK. How do you like them sparkles, opponent? It's my Sparkle Fly. Sparkle Fly is the best champion of the game. It's definitely in contention for that discussion. And Mulligan looking for more threats here against their removal heavy deck.
forced us to choose death or the blade.
Man, who's glad Make It Rain costs 3 mana now, huh? God bless us, everyone. Wonder if they're playing Parlay. Feel like that card's pretty reasonable with all the Zoes running around right now. Blade's Edge. Wow, they really don't like my Zozo, chat. Actual factual Blade's Edge.
Only a fool would enter battle unprepared.
The ocean charts our course.
Alright, don't red card me.
Deal me in.
That's specifically what I asked you not to do, opponent.
Oh, you will be free.
Always forward.
Wow, that's just a brutal turn.
Me to the sea.
Yeah, I don't know that we're gonna recover from that. I guess we have a pretty good turn here, right? I get to play this and then play this.
I've whipped up something special.
Okay, I think I like this. It means I can still Bastion this turn. Yeah, I think the opponent's deck is super reasonable. Opponent's deck had been good in previous formats. It just largely got edged out by the fact that it was doing worse things than the Twisted Fate Go Hard deck. And like now that Go Hard's been nerfed, it's not just a worse version of that anymore. Do I want to Bastion this? I kind of want to Bastion this. It makes us a 3/5. This is a good use of Bastion. Means we get a 3/3 left over.
Something to keep us moving. Always forward.
You pay first.
We're like at parity-ish here on board. Opponent's a little bit ahead on cards in hand, but I've got 2 zaps that draw me cards, which is nice. I'm feeling okay-ish, especially if like these drop Pale Cascade, for instance. Oh, right, we're getting extra card from Pool Shark. That's so good.
Keep up, keep up.
Do 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 do.
Looks like trouble.
We live here.
Wipe the quick attack off of there so we can trade in combat. Yeah, this was probably one of the better generations we could have gotten off of this, honestly. A little bit of a high roll there. Alright. And just like that, it feels like we're in a reasonable spot.
Less is motion.
You can't do this.
Alright, do you have a Leviathan?
Destination in sight.
You do.
Reality is just your mind
Alright, so this needs to find an Equinox to silence this.
Battle stations!
Are we dead? I think we're dead.
Riddle me something cool.
Must we fight?
Technically not dead on board. I'm not dead yet. So they're gonna get to stun 3 of our things here.
Looking for trouble? It found you.
We're only mostly dead yet.
Conquest for Empire!
That'll do, pig.
Fire! Artillery barrage!
Close. Honestly, how close that game was after their red card flock turn, like, was much closer than I was expecting it to be after we got savaged on turn 4. We were in it till the second boat happened there. Which honestly, so my highlight video on my highlights YouTube channel today was Swain Trundle playing Babblingberg in order to search up Leviathan more consistently. And games like that are a big reason why I think that deck's really good. Like, getting to just double Leviathan people is so backbreaking when you can survive to get to that point. You just, like, build your deck to survive to get there. Honestly, I think I'm taking a full mulligan here. You want to look for cheaper cards to curve with. This is not great. Got a couple of draws to 1-drop. Yikes. Have anything good to do on turn 2 either with this hand? Brutal. Yeah, Swain Trundle dragged us into Diamond yesterday. Kicking and screaming. Yeah, I suspect their deck goes bigger than ours, so this do nothing trade empty board on turn 4 probably favors my opponent.
To serve the greater good.
That I am superior life form.
Invisible to the ignorant.
Conflict awaits.
The Whirling Death here? No?
Safety disengaged.
That's a great draw while we're sitting here racing. Opponent misassessing what the real threat here is. Butterfly's the card that's going to kill you, opponent. Well, it's the card that's going to lose you the game, I should say.
Can you improve perfection? Fire till nothing moves.
So 2 of these cards are reforged pieces, so they can theoretically forge the blade this turn, but I also don't think that's too big of a deal. So they're at 11. I have 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points of damage in my hand right now. Yeah, theoretically, I've got some overwhelm over here, too.
Prime and ready. A ticket to the gun show.
So they can no longer blade this turn. They can play their fragments out, but that's it. Super happy to take these trades here, I think. What if I do this? Get into that. So next turn I'll have 2, 8, 10 mana. And I can push lethal with all of these, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If they have interaction to beat that, though, that's bad for me. I think I try and save this because it generates me a gem as well. Another Sparkle Fly's not a terrible draw. Makes it pretty impossible to race me. Yeah. Lets me diversify my life steal threats.
Finally, peace. When will I find peace? Unseen,
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, well, we get to try and push lethal this turn regardless. 5, 11. Well, we've yet to have a good misfortune draw, but bilge Targan elusive aggro, definitely good. This deck, like someone asked earlier, this deck has a lot of parallels to the Fizz Zoe deck, and I think that makes a lot of sense, right? We've got a bunch of cheap, aggressive threats in a Bilgewater Targan deck. And we are not a Burblefish deck. Alright, Elise, Noxious, Shadow Isles, so this is a burn aggro deck. Mulligan this, it's a little bit on the expensive side. Rest of these seem fine to keep. It's good cheap threats. Our best draw in this matchup is definitely Sparklefly. Fearsome on one's pretty annoying. Since we can't block anyways, I think we go Zoe into Goat. This gets us a Fearsome blocker ASAP. And not only does this block Fearsomes to start, but its gem paired with these other things will give us another way to block Fearsomes as well, which is great. What does burn mean? Burn refers to an aggressively slanted archetype that plays a number of cards that hit your life total directly. So, examples of cards that I would classify as burn in Runeterra are things like Decimate, Noxian Fervor. This deck frequently plays Unspeakable Horrors. Think of them as direct damage spells that can hit the Nexus.
Once. Night flowers upon my blade.
Yeah, Aftershock's a good example of a PNZ burn spell. Yep, and there's that Unspeakable Horrors I mentioned a second ago. We're going to 10 here now, which likely means that our opponent's going to be able to burn us out. Dealing 10 points of direct damage, even if they never get to attack in combat again here, is pretty likely for my opponent's deck.
Requires concentration.
Yeah, I had to repost the Trundle Swain link because I messed up my initial upload. If you go to the Hoaglandia Highlights YouTube channel directly, there's a video there. I had to take it down and repost it this morning. I accidentally put the intro to the deck at the start and the end, so there wasn't a wrap-up segment.
Their scent travels in the night air.
Darkness hides in my path.
Gosh, that's brutal. I'll take another 4 this turn.
Fear not death.
I don't think I can leave myself dead to a decimate, unfortunately. Good chance we're dead regardless here. Decimate plus Fervor kills us. Without the ability to gain life, a matchup like this tends to be very difficult to impossible.
Let me show you what I can do.
Well, none of those were the danger noodle I was looking for, but this at least blocks profitably. 15 months of subbing, and on the day the 46th president gets inaugurated, 46 minus 15 equals 31, which is the number of days in January. This must mean something. Yeah, the Zoe Fizz build gets to play Guiding Touch as well. And it's possible that and this is something that I think enough people don't consider a lot of the time, is if you think back to the very first decision I made this game, the very first choice I made this game was my mulligan decision. And the fact that I only mulliganed 1 card was probably a mistake in hindsight. I think I likely should have should have mulliganed fully looking for Sparklefly. I'm getting started in this game. How long would it take me to build a good size collection so I can start building decks, and how? Gosh, do I have the perfect video for you. My how-to LOR video not only teaches you the basics of how to play, or how to figure out how to find the basics, but also goes over how to get started with your collection, how to minimize and maximize both free-to-play and spending money a little bit, as well as how to find good decks to build. It's about 12 minutes long up on the YouTubes. Yeah, no problem, Baron. Thanks for dropping in today. Hope you enjoy Runeterra. It's a lot of fun. It's the best card game out there on the market at the moment, in my opinion. Alright, Zoe control versus Zoe aggro. Definitely mulliganing pocket aces. I think I'm gonna mulligan the Guardian since I've got Misfortune here. Don't really want redundant 3-drops. Would love to find a 2.
Is just your mind crumbling under what it doesn't understand, silly?
Zoe with Crescent Guardians, actually pretty great as well. So this banking spell mana on 2 means I get to go Star Chart into this, which is great. Have I ever tried Gwent? Gwent is not one that I've tried, no. Okay, with this play... So this is going to trade with this next turn if I attack with it. So I think rather than I just go ahead and play Mentor of the Stones.
Stars. Speak, I say.
And I'm currently playing through Witcher 3, but I've expressly ignored Gwent in that game. I play card games during the day.
I'm one of the good guys, but not.
I'm told Gwent has a more generous card collection system than most games, but it still uses random card packs, which are they're just shit. I can't get into another card game that's gonna fleece me for card packs. If I wanna play a predatory card game, I'll just play some more Magic the Gathering. Pretty over that whole experience personally.
Sunlight guide you, my brethren.
If this finds a danger noodle, I can hook this, which lets me attack with Misfortune.
Riddle me something cool. I call this constellation the jump rope.
Probably want to play this out too, huh? Just be as aggressive as possible here.
Are they still here?
They have a single combat they're thinking about, maybe?
They forced us to choose
Death or the blade. Death or the blade. So, the way they're pausing here makes me think they have single combat. I guess they could have Sharp Sight too. A lot of these decks are greedy and they play Pale Cascade instead of Sharp Sight. I think if they pass priority back to us and let us attack, I might pump this as opposed to Zoe. Because of single combat. Yeah, I think we're gonna see them single combat here. I think they almost did it before I played this and then they got greedy. I think they should have done. Okay, yeah, I think they're just being greedy here.
Oh, floaty crystals.
And even if they hush Zoe here, this will still trade with it because of this trigger. Yeah, this Misfortune trigger letting this trade into something with 2 toughness is really great. Okay, sweet. And so they're killing Zoe here, but now my Danger Noodle lives because of Misfortune's trigger, right? So Misfortune being very instrumental this turn. Sweet. Yeah, we've won a few games, but we haven't gotten to see Misfortune action yet in this build, so I'm glad she's popping off a little bit here.
Her light is our sword, her warmth our armor.
Her warmth, our armor. I probably just want to hush this, right? Do I want to use hush as a deal 5? Do I want 2 mana deal 5? I think the answer is yes, right? Okay, and then they're a Leona deck, so I definitely want to open attacks here. So let's gem this, gem this attack. I'm gemming this so that way the 1 plus this can hit this here. And then if they have a single combat, I can Bastion this. Their deck does play Judgment. Is it crazy to hold this back to play around Judgment? I think I'm in a position where I can actually play around Judgment. It's worse against Hush. I'm not gonna. It's worse against Hush. Fuck. Still putting them to 4. Maybe should have kept this back. I don't know. It's tough. There's a good chance we're dead from here, especially if they have another one of these or a way to gain life here. They don't have a way to gain life. That's a really good draw.
Shining gifts from the sky.
Look at this reality! Look how sparkly!
Forge ahead!
Invisible to the ignorant.
This is the part where they also have a second single combat. So they can gain another 5. So this card turns into a gain 10. Alright, wasn't a gain 10. Fist bump. It's the little things, chat.
Morning take you! Behold my work!
Well, they are playing Sharp Sight. How very ungreedy of you. Oh, right, this is another misfortune. Sure, we're still in it.
Love ya.
Still in it. We're trading off for all of these.
I'll be damned.
We have a third elusive threat here. We got a super cool star chart.
Like a fish in water.
Alright, so looking for Equinox and Crescent Strike here to have counterplay against Grand Plaza.
Looking for trouble? It found you.
Zoe's at 6 out of 10, and she's not seen us play. She saw us play a gem. She's not seen us play Make It Rain. I'm gonna pass. I think there's a good chance they play another thing, and if they don't play another thing, I'm happy with them only killing one of my things.
Shine like the sun, you must burn like it. The dawn has arrived. Bask in the light's radiance.
We are one and the same, Sunchild.
No more of your lies, Lunari.
I mean, they're still theoretically dead, right? Hey, Marcio, thanks for the 4 months. Welcome back. And I think this is correct, because even if they have a Daybreak card here, they stun this, but I'm adding 4 power over here, and I'm leveling her.
The strength of the sun and my faith are one.
The sun's splendor revealed.
I want to order Zoe last, so that way if they have a hush, they can't hush her.
How do you like them sparkles?
Sweet, we beat Judgment with our aggro deck. Misfortune, punching the clock and going to work there a little bit. We not only beat Judgment, we beat triple 5/4 life game. Which is no slouch. No slouch. I like when we have multiple good decks in a day. It gives me a little bit of buffer room for the highlight channel. So that way if we have all stinkers tomorrow or the day after, I can go back and pick a second good one. Teemo, Fizz. Bastion's bad here. They're not going to be interacting with us, most likely. The rest of these actually seem pretty reasonable, though.
Reporting in.
Only a fool would enter battle unprepared.
Hey, Hayoma. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to Hoglandia.
Size doesn't mean everything.
This is probably just a Dusk Petal Shadestalker here. So we can get our blocks on against this.
Her flowers bring the moonlight with them.
Darkness hides my path. Whatever the cost. All Singari fear the truth.
That's pretty good.
Looking for trouble? It found you.
For truth.
It's a nice draw. Depending on what they do here, the hush means we can just attack with everything. Because if this blocks here, we get to hush it. And then this will eat this.
Can't spoil the surprise?
Must we fight?
Love ya.
And the gem from the goat gives us a Nightfall Enabler next turn for these, which is perfect.
We will be free.
This can trade here with the damage that took as well.
Like a fish in water.
We're pretty far ahead at the moment, so I think I'd actually rather zap defensively here. Because if they want to attack in with these, we just trade off, and then we have open attacks for lethal now with the Pale Cascade. I've been playing Runeterra for a few months, but I finally went back and watched Jeff's How to Start video after hearing him shill for it so much, and I actually learned a lot. That's a really good endorsement. I think, at least. But that's a really good endorsement. There's definitely a number of little things that are easy to miss if you're not looking for them when it comes to getting started with Runeterra. Little things to min-max that you don't think about. We get to play this out, and I've got both of these here. Good chance we have a lethal attack this turn with the overwhelm unit, huh? What if instead we didn't do that? Da 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 da.
That's how we do things in Bilgewater.
Angry moon robot. Moving on up the ladder. Oh no, chat! If we keep winning, we might accidentally be a master stream. That can't be right. We're a casual stream. Salomons, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Hoaglandia's got big casual energy, chat. I think we full mulligan, looking for stuff that's lower on our curve. Life is scary away from the Diamond 4 rank floor. Big mood. Have I ever been to Masters? Yeah, we've been Masters 2 or 3 seasons before. I pretty much only play viewer submissions here, so our rank tends to rubber band around a lot. Really happy to just burn their mana there. Definitely don't feel like playing into an Avalanche against the Avalanche deck. Honestly, how is it? What if I Bastion this and then play Shadestalker? I'm kind of into that. It just like continues to play around the Avalanche. I think they likely have. That's true. If we hit a Glut of Lease Index, I'm going to concede a bunch, and then we'll get back down to Diamond 4. Because I don't really care. This is another card that plays around. I do cut the line donations for $50. It's much less money than that to get your deck played first thing tomorrow, though. So I charge a premium for people that want to rearrange my schedule the day of. But for example, after today, for a $20 donation, your deck could be the first deck played tomorrow morning. Yeah, I agree. I don't think we play around Ice Kick without Twindle on board. I think is a good assessment. So if I Pale Cascade this and they Troll Chant, this would be a 3 and this would be a 7. So Gem doesn't help there. I think I'm going to go ahead and Gem here to push extra damage though.
Nothing's tougher than a troll.
Maybe I'm supposed to Gem here to force the Troll Chant without the Pale Cascade. Can see that being the case. Or freeze, yep. Using their mana here feels reasonable for us too, though. I've got some elusives to play out. Pocket Aces is Grant. Grant is permanent. So no, Pocket Aces is not just worse. Also, Pocket Aces is a different region than Sharpsight and Pale Cascade.
Trickster never loses because Zoe makes the rules.
is an important distinction.
Like a fish in water.
Do, 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 do. Three, 4, 5, 6. This is 8, 9. We technically have Hearthstone lethal here, but their deck, their regions play a ton of removal. What if I play Zap? Zap is very likely to draw me Pale Cascade or another Pocket Aces, which means he can survive my opponent playing an Avalanche.
Gotta go with the flow.
He says before getting Hush. Okay, perfect. Avalanche isn't very good into my board, so I think expanding into it is fine. They don't have a ton of burst speed healing. Like, usually their healing is stuff like Tavern Keeper, which is slow speed. All right, so I think we pocket aces here to play around Vile Feast. Actually, I can wait on that, right? I can do this to start, and then I can attack, and this is lethal. So then they're forced to blink. So attack, please blink. Yeah, they do have Catalyst. Catalyst is burst speed, game life. That's what I forgot about. Even though there are Frostbite as well here. Nope. All right.
How do you like them sparkles?
I says you're dead. Click OK. Mono Soraka Bilgewater. Okay, so there's no Kench. They probably don't have a lot of things that Bastion protects from. The rest of these seem fine.
I bear a message from. Oh, hey, what's that?
Yeah, no second champion in general. Feels a little weird. All right, so I think we star chart looking for Danger Noodle here. So we can hook their hooker.
I call this constellation the jump rope.
We were peaceful once.
No more of your crap soup, lass. Please, it's that soup.
I'd ask that you please. I want to watch Joe Biden's speech tonight. I don't want to watch enough to take off work to watch it live, but
I make shepherding look easy.
if you'd like to talk about inauguration stuff with other Hoaglandians, I'd encourage you to pop in the subs Discord. I'm sure there's folks talking about it in the politics channel there. I think we're just playing this.
The ocean whispers her secrets.
Get to open attack with our scouts next turn.
This is our way.
Second Bastion isn't particularly exciting. How's this deck been? It's been super reasonable. I was kind of expecting it to just be... When I finished putting it together last night, I kind of expected it to be a bad version of Zoe Fizz, but it's been just kind of different more than bad. Both Crescent Guardian... You know, maybe I should have pocket aced to kill this. Both Crescent Guardian and Misfortune have been super reasonable. Which I guess makes sense. Those are both just good cards. Alright, can I get a Danger Noodle? Rats, no noodle. I'm gonna take the Messenger here.
This is outrage.
Do this to these trade at least. Sure. So this is still dying on their next turn, right? They're going to heal it 1 and then it'll deal 3 and they'll gain 3. So I feel like we're in a pretty good spot.
I'll protect you. Stay strong.
Sweet, and we get to go Doggo into Crescent Guardian here. And we have decent open attacks with a bunch of burst pump spells next turn. Okay, that changes the dynamic because now I want to be able to pocket aces or Pale Cascade to kill this once they heal it.
Peace.
Should have stayed home, pal.
Live with purpose.
I don't really want to block here because I don't want to give them free points of damage to give them more healing triggers. 1 point of damage isn't a big deal. I think we're just banking spell mana here. Because I probably want to... I'm going to play this out. I think we're opening attacks with just the scout next turn anyways. This is going to get damage on it regardless, so running in and bumping into it is fine to start.
Go no further.
And then the question becomes, what do I want my 2 other plays to be here? We're a little bit tight on mana.
The Star Child.
I think it's probably Mentor into Crescent Guardian. Mentor plus Island Navigator actually seems super reasonable as well. Making our scout unit huge. Be very good on future turns. And then this is nowhere near popping off, so we should hopefully be good to get 1 more turn to kill them next turn.
Don't touch my flock.
They have Pale Cascade or Bastion for this. That'll leave them in a pretty good spot. So it'll let them kill this. Yeah, and then this is going to survive now. So it's going to go to 3 and then it'll heal to 4. Maybe because of this block here, I should have put the gem on my Overwhelm instead of my Elusive here. I think that was a mistake on my part. This is going to get to heal them 6 now. Instead of just 3, so they're going to be back at 11 at a minimum on my next turn.
You leave me no choice. Live with purpose.
You've made your path.
It's a little aggressive. I think I like it. They have cards that could save this, obviously, like that, but this means it'll be dead next turn still, which is good for me. And my navigator's going to live, and making this bigger permanently as a scout is pretty decent. Oh, am I about to lose to Starspring? Holy shit. Wow. That's brutal. Okay, yeah, that was a danger of that line, I suppose. Man, that thing went from 0 to 100 very quickly. So, 2 mistakes there on my part. Should have gemmed my Overwhelm so they couldn't Pale Cascade to save their thing the previous turn, and then probably shouldn't have blocked there because of the possibility of Soraka's champion spell. Both those plays were mistakes on my part. Starspring pops up real quick in that deck with the higher toughness units. Alright, discard aggro. Looking for those sparkle flies. Mulligan everything but goat. Looking for sparkle flies here. Perfect. Honestly, if they play a 2-1-on-1, I'm going to trade Zoe for it. Just want to be as defensive as possible here, I think.
This is awesome. Raven out.
Keeping the opponent's deck is both a crowd favorite and arena battlecaster deck. So attacking early to keep their board as small as possible is profitable for us. We'll get to play this next turn, and then the following turn we'll go gem this into Crescent Guardian.
It's Draven time.
I'm gonna take 4 in combat here, but we're gonna get to start gaining some of that back. Can't block this because of the threat of Spinning Axe. Sparkle Fly is too important to trade off there in that instance. See if they have a Get Excited or Mystic Shot. Way to kill the Sparkle Fly here.
The sun rock got me good. That didn't do nothing.
I don't know that we're gonna recover from that one. Maybe this Sparkle Fly can drag us kicking and screaming back into the game, but getting to kill both of my plays there with 1 card out of them is a huge blowout.
Now we're cooking.
They have a crowd favorite here to follow this up as well. Oh, just an open attack, sure.
Gotta go with the flow.
Terrible.
It's Raven time.
Looking good, kid.
Alright, I technically have enough mana to play all of these, huh? Which lets us gain 8.
The answer is here somewhere.
Got a fade, second copy of Get Excited, and Mystic Shot.
Immerse yourself in the
They thankfully don't have Jinx in play, so they only have actual Get Exciteds. Definitely just shipping with this though and hoping for the best. We can't beat. If they kill this, we're dead, so. And the vision to boot. That's why discard aggro is one of the best decks in the format. Sometimes regardless of what your opponent does, it just tie rolls and runs them over. Not a whole lot to be done there. Yeah, I feel like I made good choices for the choices that I had that game. I traded early and often whenever possible, but they're just the sequencing of their visions and get excited. Just wasn't anything we could do to have counterplay to them. This hand is abysmal. That's good, I guess. This actually could fix all the problems with this hand, potentially. So we have a 2-drop now. This gives us a gem when it hits. And then if this doesn't die in combat here, we can gem this into Crescent Guardian next turn, into Island Navigator on 4. So Goat was kind of the perfect draw. Okay, yeah. Goat just hanging out to fix all our problems here. Wow. Do we just Misfortune then? Probably just Misfortune then, right?
Fortune favors the bold.
And get her leveling with the Scouts next turn?
The ocean charts our course.
A lot of the non-Hoglandians playing deep decks play a more greedy version that's much bigger with things like Atrocity and Ruination. Deal.
I'll be damned.
And bigger cards like Vengeance.
Always forward.
So if we attack with just Scouts, we get the attack token back. So hit you for 4, hit you for 7, put you to 6. Next turn we get to go Gem Crescent Guardian. Opponent is still infinitely away from deep. Yeah, they're definitely not playing the build that I like to play with that card. I think the play is just do this, and then we have double pocket aces next turn. Yeah, take 3. Yeah, we're just gonna open attacks here.
This is our way.
They don't have Vengeance mana. I says they're dead. Click OK. Yeah, if you're someone interested in playing the deep, I would highly recommend the build that's on my website that I've highlighted before. I think it's much better than a lot of these builds that people are playing with expensive clunky cards like Vengeance and Abyssal Eye. You just want to get deep as quickly as possible, as efficiently as possible. I play a lot of low curve stuff with a few bombs to the top end for once you are deep. I play one more match with this before we move along to some Ash Kinch. Gotta kinch 'em all. The Chad Machine, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Good morning. Hey, me. Thanks for the prime. I appreciate the 11 months. Welcome back. I'm into the goat. I'm going to mulligan the rest of these looking for Zoe or a 1-drop. Fortunate. Yeah, I don't like the play patterns of the Lee Sin deck, Core Demi, so I'm just conceding to it. Even when I beat the Lee Sin deck, I tend to walk away from the game frustrated, so I'd rather just not play. I play games for fun, so if they're not fun, I don't play them. Yeah, thanks, Magus. My graphic designer did a really good job with all the banners up there. Even though I realized it goes back in his pocket. Well, if it makes you feel better, me, whenever you use your Twitch Prime sub like that, you're giving someone like me $3.50. Tree Fitty.
Looking for trouble.
I guess smaller streamers only get 250, but people that are larger get 350. Medium sized. I mean, I'm medium sized. I'm a mid-sized Twitch streamer. Am I willing to trade Misfortune for their goat? The answer is no, so I'll just offer this trade. Hey, November Memory, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel.
Love ya.
Celeste, paint me a stuffer playing catch with Zoe. I'm a serious artist now. I paint sparkle flies.
If they don't open attacks, I get to play Zap, which is great.
Daylight warms the heart and lights the way.
How have you felt about Jaw Hunters? I think Jaw Hunters is a pretty critical stay alive card in that deck. I don't think I would cut it. I also don't think the deck quite has enough units to play Stalking Shadows. Like, Stalking Shadows and Chronicler don't really play to the board early. I guess they're really cute. The Chronicler of Rune actually sounds kind of interesting. That's not what I've thought about. I like it does. It seems like it does a lot of things I'd be interested in doing.
Oh, hey, what's that?
Because you have 9 things you don't mind blinking, which seems sweet.
Invisible to the ignorant.
I don't play against Zoe Leeson, Chad. I don't find that matchup fun to play, so I just don't play it. Life's short, and I play games for fun. We attack with these. I don't think it's worth trading Pale Cascade into this Trickster. This will trade with this on the back of Misfortune. Leaving these up also means if they like block and Sharp Sight or something, I get to play around it. Chronicler also makes more turns with Hoarder and heals it. That seems neat. Stalking Shadows sounds mediocre. I like the idea of Chronicler though. I don't know if I like cutting Jaw Hunters, but Chronicler sounds worth testing. I could see some number of Chronicler being good in the salvage slots, maybe. Or maybe like cut a salvage and a Jaw Hunters and play 2 Chronicler. Do I want to save this? I feel like I want to save this. Even if they hush me here, these will still trade, so the opportunity to save my large elusive sounds appealing. Because remember, this has pocket aces on it, so this is permanently for attack. Pale Cascade is temporary, but pocket aces is forever. Alright, we're in a pretty good spot here, so we're gonna get to play this, which will attune. We'll bank 3 spell mana. We'll have whatever this draws, plus these tricks. We'll have pretty good open attacks next turn. You can also theoretically play Goat this turn, depending on what they do.
Crazy to the next nebula. Like a fish in water.
Zap drawing Pale Cascade should not be allowed to be as good as it is. It's so good. All right, so they're gonna paddle Misfortune here then, huh? Do you think she's into that, chat? Does Misfortune strike you as someone who enjoys the paddling? And do you think that's not her thing? Are we opening attacks here? I think we're opening attacks here. My Zoe's nowhere near leveling. So I think we do this, and then we smash. I think I'm fine trading this off for this.
Can I paint you?
Can we just say okay here? This combat is pretty fine for us. Okay, so they can theoretically ASOL next turn. I guess our Zoe's up to 6 out of 10 now. Has she seen a star chart yet? I don't think we've connected with her yet this game, right?
Daylight star will rule the skies.
Well, the fact that that didn't level their Zoe is a huge win for us. She had not seen one of those yet, huh? I wonder if they missed how close their Zoe is to leveling. Feels like they had to have missed that, right? I could also be right to silence their elusive here. Could go either way. Silencing this is it's not better against single combat because they just single combat in response. I'm kind of hoping they attack here to clear out some bench space for me. I wouldn't mind picking up some more gems either. Hey, Dead Lumu, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel.
They forced us to choose death or the blade.
So this level Zoe. This also levels Zoe, right? We just do that.
Dangerous water.
Wheel turns. Day becomes night. Time to be colors.
Something to keep us moving. I bow to no one. Back, heretic. Witness divinity.
Yeah, so I don't think I've played Zoe with scouts before. I don't know if this play is good, but it's definitely sweet, so I'm here for it. We're super dead to judgment.
Universe demands change. I'm doing it.
Huh. With this draw, I actually want to save this now, because this will be elusive, right? So So I get to go this into this.
Fortune favors the
All right, and that's lethal, right? They can block this, and they take 9 plus 1.
It's our time.
Yep, sick. Natalia Blanco, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. How many different champions can we pair Zoe with and have her be excellent? I think the answer is most of them.
That's how we do things in Bilgewater.
I don't know about all of them. We've had some misses. We've played a lot of Zoe decks. They haven't all been stellar. A lot of them have been stellar, but not all of them. So, yeah, I was actually pretty happy with this. That last game especially, really, I was kind of uncertain on Island Navigator, but getting Scout with the Zoe emblem is really sweet, and the Scout pairs really well with Misfortune. I was a little bit worried when we started this set that this deck was going to feel like just a bad version of the Zoe Fizz deck that we've played a bunch of, but after playing through those games, I think it's just a little bit different. Misfortune and Crescent Guardian really give this kind of mostly elusive archetype, but different access to attack on. These cards especially are good are good against other elusive decks because they allow us to outsize what our opponent's doing a lot. And Crescent Guardian works very, very well with these things like Pocket Aces and Pale Cascade when it comes to pushing damage against decks that are going to be jump blocking us. So I liked what was going on here a lot. One thing that came up in that last game as well that I really liked was Lunari Duskbringer with Zoe is really good. Like, the fact that this is 2 differently named cards for 2 mana towards leveling Zoe really makes leveling her a lot easier than in decks without it. We played Zoe Nocturne late last week or earlier this week, and we saw that same interaction with Duskbringer and Zoe there, and I was pretty happy with it again in today's deck. So if you're looking for a Zoe deck and you like Misfortune, this one definitely felt like very reasonable to me. So I think if you like the look of this, this seems decent to get going with.